Hello there. I'm sure you're wondering to yourself, didn't he already go up north and he didn't post a video? So what the hell? So, in response to that, let me catch you up on the last couple of months. So, I did go up north. I went up north for the first time. I flew into DC and was picked up at the airport by my girlfriend as Vader decides to want to get into the camera. So I got picked up and we went immediately from DC to Baltimore, and we got to enjoy some fine fare in a nice little hotel in Baltimore, and went to an event called R&B Only that Boo wanted to really go to. And if anybody knows me, I am not a dancer. I am not good at the dancing things, but I will certainly say that I had a fucking blast. Absolute good ass time. Um, Decent to good music, a little bit of mix of current R&B, which is a lot of hip hop beats with people pseudo somewhat singing over them. Some classic, soul R&B, a little bit of 80s, a little bit of 90s, a good bit of 90s R&B, which is in my wheelhouse. Um, Early 2000s, and you definitely could tell the age gap between the two of us when some 90s shit come on and I'm getting my life, and then some shit from like Pretty Ricky comes on and she's like, oh my god, this was like college, and like Pretty Ricky for me was like I'm getting married. No, Pretty Ricky was like college for me and high school for her. So yeah. Um, Saw one of the homies from the group and R&B Only, dapped him up. Of course, he looked at me and Boo was like, I like the look of this shit. Y'all look mad good together. So that was cool. Shout out to the homie. Um, Went back to the hotel, had a good time. We woke up the next morning on Saturday and drove back to DC to go see Avengers Endgame with Phenom and Where's My 40 Acres crew, the FTR crew. Uh, Shout out to Phenom. Shout out to Justin, D Palm, Chris, Deidre, Nick Jew. Uh, she gives great hugs. So did Deidre. Shout out to Jax. It was dope to meet everybody, dap everybody else, especially Brandon. That was dope. I hate that I didn't get to talk to Brandon longer, but it was good to finally see that nigga and dap that nigga up. And I did mention about that nigga walking in front of me from Destiny and shit, and he forgot. He didn't know what I was talking about, so I was like, damn, he didn't remember. Talked shit about the Falcons, the D-Palm, which he was like, nigga, you really want to do this right now? I'm like, shit, nigga, I'm a Bucks fan. Like, I ain't got nothing to lose. Shit. So it was dope. Justin is tall as shit. Yo, Justin is really, really tall. I was not expecting that. Apparently, Micah and his wife from the Apocalypse were there, but I didn't notice. Boo noticed, but I didn't. So that was cool. Endgame, 10 out of 5. I cried my eyes out at the end. I just couldn't stop crying. I was like, why am I crying? Why am I still crying? Just could not stop crying. 10 out of 10. So after Endgame, we drove back to Pennsylvania. So then I officially made it to the north, north of the Mason-Dixon line. Once we crossed into PA, and South PA is very, very pretty. South Central PA, like near Amish country, is very pretty on the road from Maryland. Took a bunch of pictures. That was really cool. So we got to Boo's little small town that she lives in PA. It was nice. It was very cute. Like, it was smaller than the Bay. Like, it was smaller than the Bay. So met a couple of her friends that she works with up there. They were very nice, and they seemed to hit it off with me pretty well. Yeah. So went back to her place and had more fun. Went to bed, woke up the next morning, had to do a bunch of work. I had to take my laptop with me to do work, to do damn session notes while I was on vacation. So I spent Sunday morning doing work, which was bullshit. Uh, so I did a bunch of work Sunday morning, and then I did a bunch of notes while I was on the plane on the way back on Monday. Um, yeah, I'm not doing that shit next time. Like I don't know. I'm gonna try to do my best that next time I take a vacation, if I gotta do like a late night session before I leave, before I go to Detroit in September, I'm just gonna have to do that because I'm not trying to do work next time I go on vacation. Like at least this time when she came here, I had to do like one treatment plan review, and I was done with that in like 30 minutes because I'd already started it. But I had to like shoo her away, so she quit. So she had quit. I quit talking to her. So Sunday, watched Game of Thrones and watched the Battle of Winterfell and got my life to that shit and was screaming to the high heavens when Arya killed the Night King. And so Boo cooked and I enjoyed dinner. She did a great job. And something happened and I got really, really embarrassed about what had happened. Nothing bad or anything, nothing majorly bad or anything like that. But one of the things I've struggled with this relationship is kind of following old habits that I had when I was still married. And, you know, disappointment is something that I struggle with reminding myself is okay and is normal, and to allow, Boo the opportunity to react to it and not try to hide it or not talk about it. And typically, when I disappoint somebody, or I feel like I disappoint somebody, I try to do some kind of gesture to make up for it or whatnot, from my own anxiety, and I dropped the O word. And I had been meaning to wait, and I wanted to wait longer, and I couldn't stop myself from doing it. Like, I should have not done it. Not to say that I didn't mean it, because I very much do. But it certainly could have waited. And she was like, okay, I am not ready for that yet. And we talked about it, and we talked about it some more. And I was like, you know what, you're right. But of course, like I said it, and of course I fully said it, knowing good and well, and not expecting her to say it back. So I wasn't upset or anything like that. I was certainly embarrassed on my own accord for what had happened, but like, I wasn't mad at her for not reciprocating "I love you," because I know this is a lot for her. I mean, even though the relationship is going well, it's new ground and territory for her, and it's old hack for me at this point. But, I said it, and I know I meant it, but, we talked about it more when I got back. She was like, I really wish that you had just communicated more about what had happened and what was going on. And, I'm not mad at you said it, but I wish you hadn't said it. But also, I have a timetable in my brain of when I feel like I'm going to be ready to say it, and I'm just not there yet, which I totally understood. And I was like, you know what, you're right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold back from saying it again, because I don't want you to feel pressure that you have to say it back before you're ready, even though I know that is definitely there and is progressing towards that for her, but she's just not quite emotionally and, like, psychologically, like, comfortable enough to say it yet, to verbalize it in words. Because I get it, like, those words are, like, monumental in relationships. And I certainly remember saying it and having it said back to me the first time when I Chloe and I were together and how big of a thing it was for me, like as affirmation wise and stuff like that. And there goes Vader, guys. And here he's back again. Up. This one's gonna be interesting to do. I can't remember if he's jumped in any of my videos before. I think he has. So we went to bed and woke up Monday morning and got to enjoy the last day together and drove back to DC. So we went back to the airport and I flew back home. So yeah, that was a great time up north. Wasn't completely perfect, but it was still a good time nonetheless. Definitely gonna be interesting what it's gonna be like when I go up north when it's cold. I don't know if I'm looking forward to that, but I'll update this in a second because I'm playing catch up. So let me go ahead and transition. I'm not gonna act like this is some grand production here or anything like that. So this past weekend, she came down for her visit to Mississippi. So picked her up from the airport in New Orleans, and I was excited to see her and was laughing because she came out the airplane with her hoodie on. I looked at her and was like, baby, I certainly hope that you ain't planning to wear that hoodie when we leave out this terminal because my AC is out in my car and it's hot out here. It's hot. So of course she didn't. So had to run, and I felt bad, and I feel bad. I know it's not even really my fault, and it just happened to happen. But of course my AC is out in my car. I just bought last year. So I had a grin and bear driving her around with no AC down, but at least the windows worked. So I mean, she wasn't mad about it or anything like that. So drove back to Mississippi, got something to eat, spent enjoyed the evening. What did we do when we got back? Yeah, pretty much that. And then cause she got in at oh yeah, that's right, cause her flight got delayed. So her flight got delayed a couple times. So I was supposed to get her at 20 to 5. I didn't get her until 6:30 because her flight got delayed a couple times coming out of Baltimore. So yeah, we got back here at close to 8, I think. So we got something to eat. I don't know what we got to eat. Where do we go to eat? Because we went to Purple Banana on... Oh, we went to Blind Tiger. So we went to the Blind Tiger and ate. Had a good meal there. And then went home and, cuddled and such. Woke up next morning on Saturday and went to go get Mockingbird Cafe, which she absolutely loved. Enjoyed that, and then so we had been talking all week about meeting my family, and I kind of laid it out there, but I gave her the option of, if you're not comfortable doing this, it's more than okay if we just hide in my house, and we go to the concert, we come back and we just chill. But she was up to going, and it was my youngest nephew's birthday. So went to go to the party, and it went absolutely well. My family responded to her very well, very, very well. Nana, mom, which shocked the hell out of me that mom was like, I like her. My brothers, Ben, Ben probably didn't say much, but I'm sure next time I talk to Ben, he'll probably mention about what he thought about her. EJ was easy. I knew that one was gonna be easy from the moment that I found out she was a Zeta. As soon as I told EJ she was a Zeta, he was like, "Oh, okay, I like her already." So, cousin Ken was down. Ken chopped it up with her a little bit. But yeah, mom and Nana definitely liked her, and that was cool. Like it was refreshing and it was dope that they said, they gave affirmation and stuff like that. So that was really cool. Um, so we left the party, came back to the house for a hot second and changed clothes and headed to New Orleans for Anderson Pack. And yep, 15 out of 15, 15 out of 5 flame emojis concert. We were late getting there for Thundercat, so I at least did get to catch Friend Zone and them changes, so I was happy about that. Um, no Name was cool. I ain't never really listened to none of her stuff, like other than like one song that she got that I know. So she was cool. I'm about to check her music out. And Anderson Paak tore that shit down. That shit was dope. And special guest in the crowd who we didn't know until Anderson decided to go blow up her spot in VIP was Janelle Monáe. Was in the crowd celebrating Pride and looking like a whole snack. Like, I've seen her before in person, but we were way closer. Like, probably from here where I'm sitting to maybe where my bed is in my bedroom was probably about how close we were to Janelle. We were not far at all from her. So that was dope. And whew, it was hot out there, y'all. It was hot. Had to come home, take a shower. I passed out as soon as I got out that shower and got in my bed. Sunday morning, woke up. Enjoyed the morning. When I got breakfast. Didn't like breakfast as much at this place as Mockingbird Cafe. But I wanted to take her to Sunrise Cafe, but I forgot that it's closed on Sundays. So we should have switched and went to Sunrise on Saturday and then Mockingbird on Sunday. But yeah, we smashed food, came back, took a nap, and then went by mom and dad's for dinner. Well, lunch set / dinner for lunch, basically. Big lunch. And chopped it up some more, and mom pulled out my like baby books and stuff like that and let Alex look through those. And so EJ decided that it was Letterman jacket time, so he went and got his Letterman jacket up out the closet and put it on. It was like, yeah, you ain't gonna blame me, mom. I can still wear my Letterman jacket. So I took mine out and I showed Boo, and I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I can't wear this shit no more. I am way too big now to wear this. But what I did do was I draped it over her shoulders. Like, yeah, girl, you can go ahead and sport that though. And EJ starts laughing, and she, as she said to me later on, I gave her the biggest blush of her life, and I think she wants to fight me at this point now. So. Yeah, we got ready to leave, and EJ was like, yo, thank you so much for making my brother happy. And I was like, nigga, I worked on myself first. Before she came into my life, thank you. I did some work. So, yeah, we kicked back and enjoyed the rest of Sunday night. You know, watched The Office, which we still in season 5 of The Office, I think season 5. We might have got to season 6. I have to look. I think it's still season 5. We have so much damn TV we need to watch. I need to schedule a date, movie date with her this weekend. Had to get up at the ass crack of dawn to go take this woman back to the airport on Monday. Oh man. But yeah, so those have been our visits. I'm supposed to go to Michigan because she's in a wedding in September. So I need to get my suit pants for the suit that Dad gave me. I need to get those pants hemmed at the bottom. So get the pants and legs tailored. Pretty certain, yeah, I tried the suit jacket on. The suit jacket fits perfectly fine. So I need to get the pants tailored, make sure they still fit, Yeah, so got to look nice and presentable for this wedding. And yeah, so I will be going to Detroit in September. Maybe while I'm up there, maybe go across the border and say that I made it to Canada. Just like Boo got to get in the Gulf of Mexico while she was down here for the first time. So definitely looking forward to the trip to Detroit. We'll likely meet her mom, so that'll be interesting. That definitely is not a first for me. It's like a fourth or fifth. Um, but Geneva's mom, Courtney's mom, Toya's mom, fourth. So the fourth time around. So yeah, that'll be interesting. Um, very, very intrigued to see how her mom responds to me, especially because I know this relationship thing is kind of like new for her. And like her mama said, like early on when we first started talking, was like, "You must like him because you don't like nobody." So we'll see how it goes, and yeah, I'm kind of scared. I'm not that scared. I just hopefully will be able to have enough money saved up to get my ticket, pay for a place to stay, and on top of that, stuff to do while we're up there. So I got 3 months, and if I don't constantly eat out, I'll be able to do that. But hopefully, if I can do the certification test and pass, I'll see if I can lobby for a pay raise at work. But that has been both of my trip. Well, both of the visits so far. I went to PA in April, and Boo came down here last weekend. So yeah, that's updating this thing finally, and this may be a little bit of a longer video since I'm recapping two different kind of visits. But Charles, as always, but it's going great right now, bro. So yes, things are going really good right now. Obviously, I mean, you still follow me on Twitter, so you've seen it. You've seen the pictures that I'm not allowed to post on Facebook. Yes, I'm not allowed to talk about this on Facebook, so this will not be going on the regular. Well, I mean, it might. I don't know. I don't know how many people are still watching these at this point. But yeah, so that's that, and I will catch you in a few months, about 2 or 3 months. Maybe I'll update it before then, just kind of how things have been going. But I will see y'all after I go to Detroit. Peace.